In the wisdom of Charles Spurgeon, there is a powerful truth that many of us often overlook: the importance of beginning the day with God. Spurgeon, a renowned preacher and theologian, frequently spoke of how essential it is to dedicate the early hours of the day to prayer and reflection. He believed that when we start our day in communion with God, we set the tone for the rest of it, inviting divine guidance, strength, and peace into our hearts and minds. The first moments of the morning offer a unique opportunity to establish our focus for the day. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it can be easy to get swept away by the demands of work, family, or responsibilities. However, Spurgeon argued that it is during these quiet, still moments at the start of the day that we should turn our attention to God, seeking His wisdom and direction. A simple prayer or a quiet time of reflection can align our hearts with His will, helping us approach the challenges and opportunities ahead with clarity and purpose. When we start our day with God, we are reminded that we are not alone in our endeavors. No matter what obstacles we may face, we know that God's presence is with us, guiding and strengthening us. Spurgeon often spoke of how prayer in the morning serves as a shield against the troubles and temptations that may arise during the day. It is a form of spiritual preparation that equips us to handle life's uncertainties with faith and resilience. By connecting with God first thing, we gain a sense of peace that transcends our circumstances, allowing us to face the day with a calm and steady heart. Starting the day with God helps us cultivate a spirit of gratitude. In the quiet moments of prayer, we are reminded of the many blessings in our lives, whether it's the gift of life itself, the love of our family and friends, or the opportunities before us. This practice of giving thanks helps shift our perspective, allowing us to see the good in our lives, even when things may not be going as planned. Spurgeon believed that gratitude is a powerful tool in the Christian life, as it fosters a spirit of humility and appreciation for the ways God works in our lives. In addition to gratitude, starting the day with God encourages us to seek His guidance in all areas of our lives. Whether it's making decisions about our work, relationships, or personal goals, a morning prayer offers us the chance to surrender our plans to God, trusting that He will lead us in the right direction. Spurgeon emphasized that by seeking God's wisdom at the beginning of the day, we can be more attuned to His will throughout the day, making choices that are aligned with His purpose for our lives. A crucial aspect of beginning the day with God is that it serves as a reminder of our identity in Christ. Spurgeon taught that when we start our day in God's presence, we are reminded of who we are as His children, loved, valued, and cherished. This sense of identity shapes how we view ourselves and how we engage with the world. It strengthens our sense of self-worth and empowers us to live out our faith with confidence and courage. The practice of starting the day with God is not just a religious duty, it is an essential part of our spiritual growth. Spurgeon believed that by dedicating the first moments of the day to prayer, meditation, and reflection, we open ourselves to God's transformative work in our lives. It is in these moments of stillness and solitude that we can hear God's voice most clearly, and it is in these moments that we are most open to receiving His love, grace, and wisdom. In summary, the importance of starting the day with God cannot be overstated. By making prayer, reflection, and gratitude a part of our morning routine, we invite God's presence into our lives, preparing our hearts for the day ahead. It is in these quiet moments that we find strength, peace, and direction, essential elements for living a successful, purposeful life. Spurgeon's emphasis on beginning each day with God offers us a timeless and powerful practice that can transform our daily experience and our relationship with God. A morning routine that establishes order and discipline in our lives is more than just a series of actions performed in a certain sequence. It is the cornerstone upon which a successful day is built. Discipline, in its purest form, is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like doing it. It is about shaping our habits and actions to align with our goals, values, and responsibilities. When we begin our day with a structured routine, we are setting a precedent for how we will handle the rest of the day, regardless of what challenges or distractions come our way. One of the primary benefits of a morning routine is that it provides a sense of structure. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are abundant and our attention spans are constantly tested, structure becomes more important than ever. Having a routine to follow in the morning means we don't waste valuable time deciding what to do next. Instead, we can focus our energy on executing the tasks at hand. This eliminates the stress of uncertainty and helps us feel in control of our lives from the moment we wake up. The discipline cultivated through a morning routine has a ripple effect throughout the day. The earlier in the day we practice discipline, the more likely it is to carry over into the rest of our activities. Whether it's a commitment to exercise, reading, or prayer, each action we take in the morning is an opportunity to reinforce our ability to stay focused and committed. Over time, these small actions become ingrained in our character, leading to increased productivity, efficiency, and ultimately success. Morning routines also help us prioritize the most important activities, ensuring that we are intentional with our time. By following a set order each day, we can make room for essential tasks that align with our long-term goals and values. Without a routine, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of day-to-day demands, leaving little room for reflection or personal development. However, a disciplined morning routine ensures that we start each day by focusing on what truly matters, whether it's personal growth, spiritual practice, or physical health. The concept of discipline within a morning routine also goes beyond mere action. It involves mental discipline. Mental discipline is the ability to manage our thoughts, emotions, and reactions in a way that aligns with our goals. When we begin our day with clarity and purpose, we are more likely to stay focused throughout the day. This mental discipline allows us to filter out distractions and make decisions that serve our best interests. It also teaches us to maintain a sense of composure, even in stressful situations, which is crucial for both personal and professional success. Another aspect of order and discipline is consistency. The more consistently we follow our morning routine, the more it becomes a habit. When our habits are ingrained, they require less effort and mental energy to maintain. This frees up mental space for other important tasks and decisions. Consistency also helps build trust in ourselves. When we show up for ourselves every morning, we are sending a message that we are worthy of our time and effort. This self-trust is vital for maintaining motivation and momentum throughout the day. In the teachings of Charles Spurgeon, discipline was not only a practical tool for success, but also a spiritual discipline. He often spoke about the importance of cultivating order in one's life to reflect the greater order of God's design. When we structure our mornings and our days, we honor the time and resources that have been entrusted to us. Each action we take in a disciplined manner can be seen as a small act of faith, a way of stewarding our time and abilities wisely. In this sense, a disciplined morning routine becomes an act of intentional living, allowing us to live in alignment with our highest values and greater purpose. By incorporating order and discipline into our mornings, we not only enhance our personal productivity, but also build a foundation for sustained success in all areas of life. The early hours of the morning have a unique power to shape our day and ultimately our lives. Charles Spurgeon, in his sermons, often spoke of the significance of rising early and making the most of the quiet hours before the world awakens. The early morning, he believed, offers an invaluable opportunity to connect with our thoughts, reflect, and prepare mentally and spiritually for the challenges of the day. In many ways, the early morning hours hold a sacred quality free from distractions, a time of solitude that allows us to center ourselves and set a purposeful tone. The early morning is a time that few are awake to disturb you. This natural tranquility can be used for deep introspection, prayer, and focusing on what truly matters. Unlike the rest of the day, when the demands of work, social obligations, and the pressures of life can overwhelm us, the early hours offer a calm and serene environment. There is a certain stillness that is only found at this time, a peacefulness that helps us think more clearly and make decisions more deliberately. By waking up early, we take advantage of this rare quiet to align our thoughts with our deeper values, plan our day with intention, and connect with our spiritual well-being. Spurgeon often emphasized that in the early morning our minds are fresh and free from the fatigue that accumulates as the day wears on. In the first few moments after waking, the mind is clear and the body is rested. This is the time when we are most capable of processing our thoughts, engaging in meaningful reflection, and practicing gratitude. We are not weighed down by the exhaustion or distractions that build up over the course of the day, and thus our focus is sharper. For those who make the most of these early hours, the early morning can become a time of great productivity. Spurgeon himself was known for rising early to begin his work, whether it was in his ministry, writing, or personal reflection. He believed that those who gave the first part of their day to productive and meaningful activities set themselves up for success throughout the rest of the day. Whether this time is used for prayer, reading, writing, or planning, the key is that it is dedicated to activities that nourish the soul and mind rather than simply reacting to external pressures. In addition to spiritual practices, the early morning hours also provide an opportunity for physical activity. The mind and body are closely connected, and engaging in physical exercise early in the day can lead to increased energy levels, better mood, and enhanced productivity. For Spurgeon, a healthy body was just as important as a healthy soul. The combination of mental and physical readiness in the morning is what enables us to approach the day with strength and resilience. The quiet of the morning also fosters creativity. Without the noise and bustle of the day to distract us, we are free to think more deeply and creatively. Whether it's a time for brainstorming new ideas, solving problems, or reflecting on personal goals, the early morning is a time when the mind is open to inspiration. By allowing ourselves to use these hours for creative thinking, we increase our ability to solve problems and generate new ideas throughout the rest of the day. Spurgeon's advice to rise early and use that time wisely has profound implications for how we approach the rest of the day. The habits formed in the early morning are often the foundation for the day's success. By investing in our well-being, spiritual health, and productivity during the early hours, we set ourselves up for success in the challenges that lie ahead. Physical preparation is a cornerstone of an effective morning routine. Charles Spurgeon, despite his busy and demanding ministry, recognized the importance of maintaining good health. He was a strong advocate for the idea that one's physical well-being is intimately connected to one's ability to carry out daily responsibilities and achieve success. This principle is even more relevant in our modern world, where physical health is often neglected due to the demands of work, social life, and technology. Spurgeon himself struggled with poor health throughout his life, but he often spoke of how maintaining a healthy body helped him in his ministry and personal life. Starting the day with physical activity, whether it's a brisk walk, light stretching, or some form of exercise, can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional states as well. When we wake up in the morning, our bodies are typically stiff and fatigued from the previous day's activities, so giving attention to our physical needs helps to shake off any residual tiredness. A simple morning exercise routine can stimulate circulation, reduce stiffness, and energize us for the tasks ahead. Engaging in physical activity first thing in the morning has been scientifically shown to boost energy levels and mental clarity throughout the day. Physical exercise triggers the release of endorphins, chemicals in the brain that act as natural mood enhancers. These feel-good hormones help combat feelings of stress, anxiety, and even depression, setting a positive and productive tone for the day. In addition to these mental benefits, exercise can improve cognitive function, making us more alert and focused. This is especially important in the early hours when our minds are still waking up and may need a little boost to become fully engaged. Spurgeon was also a proponent of ensuring that one's physical well-being was nurtured through adequate rest, balanced nutrition, and attention to health. He often linked physical care with spiritual vitality, as both require consistent discipline and commitment. In today's context, this means that we should not only include physical activity in our mornings, but also consider the quality of sleep we are getting and the types of food we are consuming. A good morning routine should begin the night before, with the effort made to get sufficient, restful sleep, and ideally avoid late-night distractions that can hinder physical recovery. The morning provides an ideal time to set aside just a few minutes for this physical care. For some, it might be a short walk or a few yoga stretches to loosen up. For others, it could mean a more intense form of exercise, such as running or weight training, to invigorate the body. Regardless of the activity, the key is to make this part of the morning routine consistent. As we spend time nurturing our bodies in the morning, we are essentially investing in our long-term health and energy levels, which will undoubtedly contribute to our overall success. When we prioritize physical health in the morning, we also teach ourselves discipline and consistency. These two qualities are vital for any successful routine. The ability to wake up early and commit to physical activity, even when we may feel tired or unmotivated, builds resilience. Over time, as we make physical preparation a habit, we develop a sense of accomplishment and mental fortitude that will serve us in all other areas of life, from work to relationships to personal growth. By taking just a small amount of time in the morning to focus on our physical well-being, we are ensuring that we are ready to face the challenges of the day with vigor and clarity. As Spurgeon would likely agree, the energy and strength we gain from physical care are not just for personal benefit but also for the good of those around us, whether in our work, family life, or spiritual commitments. One of the most valuable aspects of a morning routine, as advocated by Charles Spurgeon, is the practice of meditation and study. This is a time when an individual focuses not only on external tasks but also on internal growth, intellectual stimulation, and spiritual nourishment. Spurgeon often emphasized the importance of a mind and heart that are cultivated with care, for he believed that what we feed our minds shapes who we become. Meditation and study in the morning provide a powerful foundation for this process, as they help align thoughts, foster personal growth, and set the stage for a productive day. Meditation, in the context of a morning routine, can be seen as a deliberate act of quiet reflection. It is not simply about relaxing or disengaging from the world, but rather it is about taking the time to center oneself, to ponder the deeper meanings of life, and to contemplate one's purpose. Spurgeon, in his sermons, often pointed out that starting the day with intentional reflection allows us to connect with God, our higher purpose, or our deepest values. This moment of stillness can create an atmosphere of peace that permeates the rest of the day. It allows us to think clearly, make thoughtful decisions, and understand what truly matters. The key to effective meditation, as Spurgeon described, is not to rush through it, but to give it space. It is a time to connect with one's thoughts in a meaningful way, to reflect on the blessings of the previous day, and to consider the tasks that lie ahead. This practice creates a sense of mindfulness and presence, which can prevent us from becoming overwhelmed or distracted by the endless demands of life. When we meditate, we engage in a form of self-discipline that encourages us to stay focused, calm, and rooted throughout the day. Alongside meditation, the practice of study plays a crucial role in a successful morning routine. For Spurgeon, studying the Bible and other spiritual texts was an essential part of his daily routine. He believed that the Word of God was a constant source of wisdom, encouragement, and guidance. However, study is not limited to religious texts alone. It can encompass any form of literature that enriches the mind, whether it be classical works, modern philosophy, or intellectual subjects that inspire curiosity. Reading and studying in the morning provide an opportunity to engage deeply with ideas, stimulate creativity, and expand one's knowledge base. Spurgeon saw the value of a well-read mind, believing that the mind, like any other part of our being, must be nurtured and fed. By starting the day with study, we open ourselves to new ideas, perspectives, and insights that can help shape our actions and attitudes throughout the day. Combining meditation with study allows for a more profound engagement with the material. Meditation provides the space to reflect on what has been read or learned, creating an opportunity for deeper understanding. For instance, after reading a spiritual passage, one may meditate on its meaning and how it applies to personal life. This process enables individuals to internalize knowledge and make it part of their own life philosophy. Rather than simply consuming information, the combination of meditation and study allows for the integration of that information into one's worldview. Spurgeon's routine was marked by his ability to balance both meditation and study. He dedicated time each morning to sit in reflection and to read deeply, always seeking to improve his understanding and connection with God. For him, this practice was not just about academic growth, but also about spiritual enrichment. He believed that meditation and study, when done with intention and reverence, could elevate the soul and fortify the mind. As we adopt this practice in our own morning routines, we should aim to make it a consistent habit. The benefits of starting the day with a time of meditation and study are many, from increased focus and clarity to a greater sense of purpose and understanding. This sacred time helps us to cultivate a mind that is not easily swayed by distractions or negativity, and it empowers us to face the challenges of the day with confidence and wisdom. By incorporating meditation and study into our mornings, we are not merely preparing ourselves for the tasks at hand, but also nurturing the deeper aspects of our being, fostering a sense of mental and spiritual well-being that will stay with us throughout the day. Gratitude is a powerful force in shaping the trajectory of our lives, especially when incorporated into our morning routine. Starting each day with a sense of thankfulness can dramatically influence our perspective, creating a positive mindset that fuels both our personal and professional success. This principle is deeply rooted in wisdom shared by thinkers, philosophers, and spiritual leaders, including Charles Spurgeon. Spurgeon recognized that a heart full of gratitude is not just about acknowledging what we have, but also about cultivating an attitude of joy and contentment, even in the midst of life's challenges. The practice of gratitude in the morning serves as a reset button. It encourages us to reflect on the blessings we may otherwise overlook: our health, relationships, opportunities, and the simple gift of life itself. When we take a moment to express gratitude, whether through prayer, journaling, or silent reflection, we set a tone of appreciation and humility. This practice nurtures a mental environment where we are less focused on what we lack and more on what we already have, shifting our attention away from scarcity toward abundance. Spurgeon often spoke of gratitude as an essential element of a Christian's life, emphasizing that it should not be confined to moments of success or joy, but should be present even in times of trial. This attitude of gratitude is transformative because it teaches us resilience. By acknowledging the good, we create a mental buffer that protects us against feelings of discouragement or negativity. As we grow in this mindset, we become more capable of facing setbacks with grace and optimism, knowing that there is always something to be grateful for, regardless of the circumstances. In addition to promoting a positive outlook, gratitude also influences our interactions with others. A person who begins the day in gratitude is likely to approach the world with kindness, empathy, and generosity. This mindset enhances relationships, as people are naturally drawn to those who exhibit an appreciative attitude. Whether it's expressing thanks to a colleague, a friend, or a family member, gratitude fosters a culture of respect and positivity in every sphere of life. The ripple effect of this gratitude can help strengthen communities and build a support network that nourishes personal growth and success. Gratitude encourages us to adopt a growth mindset. This psychological framework, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, posits that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. When we practice gratitude, we affirm our belief in the possibility of improvement and change. Instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, we begin to view them as opportunities for growth. A morning routine that includes moments of reflection on what we are grateful for helps reinforce this mindset, pushing us to embrace challenges with a sense of possibility and purpose rather than fear and doubt. Gratitude also improves our physical and mental health. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, better sleep, improved immune function, and greater overall well-being. The act of appreciating what we have in the present moment activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps calm the body and reduce anxiety. This makes it easier to start the day with a clear, focused mind and an energetic body, both of which are essential for achieving success in any area of life. Additionally, gratitude strengthens our ability to find joy in the process, not just in the outcome. So often we are conditioned to think of success as a destination, a goal to be reached, a problem to be solved. But when we practice gratitude, we learn to appreciate the journey itself. Each step forward, no matter how small, becomes a reason for celebration. This mindset reduces the pressure we place on ourselves to achieve perfection and allows us to enjoy the little victories that accumulate over time. When gratitude becomes a regular part of our morning routine, it has the power to transform how we experience the day. Instead of waking up with feelings of dread, anxiety, or apathy, we begin to embrace each new day as an opportunity for growth, connection, and joy. As Spurgeon might say, the heart of gratitude is the key to a prosperous and peaceful life, unlocking the doors to daily success and fulfillment.